Ravnica Remastered may not go down as the best-selling Magic set of all time, but it sure had a lot of Shockland selling in the secondary market, and in today's video we are going to discuss the market conditions for Shocklands and what prices players can expect going forward. Players are getting exactly what they asked for: Shocklands, and Shocklands in abundance. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on the channel today. And today's video, we are going to be discussing Shocklands. Now, before we get started, a reminder that if you enjoyed today's content, don't forget, like and subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bells, new videos every single day. So what's happening with Shocklands? Well, it's very interesting to see that although Ravnica Remastered itself as a product is not thought of very fondly, it's overpriced, it didn't really have a lot of openings per se on the draft side of things, but when the collector boxes started to get opened, and we saw collector box videos being opened, I have some here on the channel myself, go ahead and watch them. When you see those box opening videos, and you see the continuity from box opening video to box opening video to box opening video, and you see anywhere between 5 to 10 Shocklands per box, imagine how popular those boxes are going to be. Now, the funny thing is, on the value side of things, not the excitement, but the value, those collector boxes are not worth opening. I'm going to state that right now. In my opinion, not even close. Unless you get the lottery ticket and you get, say, a serialized Cyclonic Rift, if you get one of those, sure, you've hit the jackpot, things are going to go well for you, but how often is that going to happen? How enticing is that going to be for players? Well, I'll be honest, it looks like it did pretty good. As much as I want to be a Debbie Downer on the price point of the product, I have to give credit where credit is due. They sold a lot of collector boxes this weekend. A lot of sales happened. Not draft, but a whole bunch of collector boxes. There wasn't a lot of pre-release events. One of my events actually got canceled when people backed out. It just kind of went stale. I only got to do 2 small events on the weekend, not as much as I wanted, but even those, you saw quite a few Shocklands changing hands. And then something interesting happened. When I saw the sales and I saw a sign up at one of the LGSs saying, buying your Shocklands, and they offered a whole bunch of prices, I started looking around. There was stuff on Reddit. And a couple other local stores mentioned that they're buying them too because they're trying to control the message. They're trying to get a handle on the market of Shocklands because they know and we know that after this initial run on those Shocklands, after the initial glut hits the market, it's going to dry up because they're just too expensive to open. And all those crazy people had a blast opening the boxes and having a good time and celebrating the set and just saying, I don't care, I want to have some fun here. How many Shocklands can I get? When that nostalgic fun factor is done, you're left with a hole in your wallet. And you're left with a lot of product that was fun to open, but not really highly valuable, again, unless you hit the lottery. So you have the Shocklands, you sell them into the market space, and we saw so many sales. The sales were exploding. Let me show you this, guys. Take a look at a few things here. Number one, let's take a look here on TCG Player. I'm only just pulling up a couple of slides here today, guys, but this goes across the board. Here's Steam Vents. You can see all the prices here, $11, $17.50, $9.84. I don't care. The sales for Steam Vents were they were through the roof, okay? And when you follow that through on eBay, if you look there, there'll be a little section that says 239 results for Steam Vent. I have this thing typed in as completed sales. So just Steam Vents sold 239 copies over the weekend, okay? That is a phenomenal number of sales to just appear, to just poof into existence. Not Overgrown Tomb, not any of the other ones we're talking about, but just Steam Vents, because I've been using that for a lot of the videos. The sales on this, of people getting it at these price levels, is phenomenal. The amount of money moving in this market, you're looking at $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 every day in one particular Shockland. Times that by the extended versions, the regular versions, the lesser valued versions like Gatecrash or Return to Ravnica stuff, and the prices get even more insane and the sales volumes get even more out of whack. Do I think Shocklands, in my opinion, are going to go to $4 or $5? No. I think they're going to stay at an $8 to $10 level, at least for a little while. Right now they're still high, but you haven't got the full effect of what's going to come onto the market space. And stores who are now doing their tabulations and seeing how much stock they have, they're putting little price control switches in. They're not putting it all out at once. Some stores are only putting 6 at a time. They put 6 out, wait for them to sell, mark it up by 25 cents. Put 6 out, wait for it to sell, mark it up by 25 cents till they can find the market ceiling. It is crazy that this is all happening at this time with a set that overall, again, not popular. People don't care. But they sure love those Shocklands. They sure want to get their hands on a play set or a couple of play sets, or in some cases, multiple play sets, because then they never have to worry about it again. It is an iconic card that is used all the time. People love their mana bases. Shocklands fit in everywhere, especially Commander players. You got to have it. Okay? Now, do I think now for Modern and Commander, the price are going to go through the roof and be crazy? No. Don't expect these prices to go up. They're not like an investable thing, but they are a highly utilized card. So when you think of Unfinity and how hard the Shocklands were to kind of come across, and you look at something like this, which basically has the same drop rate of Shocklands, the same drop rate as what we saw in Modern Horizons 2 for fetch lands, it's a point in Wizards of the Coast's favor. It's a point, because it's like, hey, they're selling. They are going booming out the door. And not only that, as the stores and as players open this stuff, they're selling the product into the market, and the market is being receptive to buying the secondary market cards. They are buying them. Now, a lot of the serialized stuff, they're trying to find the market space of how much this stuff is worth. I think some people are buying some of that stuff out of whack with what the real price will be, considering how many cards they serialized in this set. So I don't expect a lot of those to hold value. If you want a serialized card, I would wait on those, okay? But the idea that Shocklands right now have really captured the limelight of this weekend in Magic is something that's true. You can't really hide from it. You can look at it and see it everywhere. You can see it at the stores you're at. You can see it from the players opening the box videos. Players were very receptive to what they saw. They just weren't receptive to the price after the fact. So when you go and you buy your Shocklands and enjoy those short-lived low prices, enjoy them. They're going to go a little bit lower than this, I think, when we hit the market and next week when a lot of things start getting out there. But I also think that maybe Murders at Karlov Manor isn't going to be as exciting because players are starting to downplay that as well. They're not very excited about the idea of it. I'm hearing a lot of negative people even before it comes out. We'll see when more spoilers come out how well that set's going to go. But I know some players are like, look, I'm getting my Shocklands now. I'm kind of looking forward to Modern Horizons 3 if they do it right. And I want to see what's going to happen with Bloomburrow and Duskmourn. Even the Outlaws, they've got it. They want to see what's going to happen. So I'm curious to see when we have these kind of sets right now. But I want to end off by saying Ravnica surprised me. I already knew it was a good set. I knew players would like it. But the Shockland sales is just freaking me out to see that much of a volume moving in such a tight time span. And I don't think it'll continue. But I wouldn't be surprised if next weekend's top 10, this Saturday coming, is going to have a multitude of Shocklands in there just because the sales went through the roof. This is just a few places I'm checking, and I'm already up to a couple thousand sales. Imagine when we get another 4 or 5 days under our belts, some of these Shocklands may have 8 to 10,000 sales, and that's going to hit my top 10 video. It's going to tune in next Saturday. It's going to be crazy. Either way, thanks again for hanging out. Expect your Shocklands to be anywhere from the $8 to $10 range. That'd be Canadian, so it's like $6, $7 US is the best price you can probably expect in the short term. Long term, we have to wait and see how many actually hit the market space. I still think it's all a decoy effect of other products they put out that made this one look that much better. And we will see how things play out, because that's all we can do is report on history as it happens behind us. Thanks again for hanging out, guys. Thanks for being here on the channel today. I look forward to seeing you guys for another video tomorrow. Have a great one. And of course, a big shout out and thank you to the fantastic patrons we have here on the channel supporting the content each and every day. I want to thank all of them for being part of the team and helping out the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. Thanks again. Welcome back to the Ramble Jamble. Please turn your Necronomicons to page 414. That is Soul Possession and Vomiting, subsection 3, chopping off one's hand and having it reanimate. Guys, welcome back. The Shockland sales were through the roof. It's everywhere. And a lot of stores are trying to buy them and hold on to them. So it's curious to see how this is going to play out. A lot of stores are moving product. I know a lot of the smaller stores sold out of the collector boxes, but not the draft. And remember though, as I take this with a grain of salt, that stores cut their orders in general. Okay, remember, I had stores that used to order 3 or 4 cases of stuff. They ordered like 3 draft boxes and 3 collector boxes. And they sold out. Okay, it was only 3 collector boxes. But other places had 6 collector or 12 collector, and they still sold out. That's where we're at. It may send the wrong message to Wizards of the Coast about what players want as products, but it is what it is. People bought them, stuff got opened. Now I think the market will go dead. We have to wait and see how things will pan out. And I can't wait to start counting next week's top 10 just to see how many of these things sold. I'm going to have to call in some favors. We're going to have to push a few buttons, but we're going to find out. Guys, thanks a lot for being here. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys next time. There's always a next time. Don't worry. Shocking sales, though. That stuff is crazy.